Today, I want to take a deep dive into SoFi and cover the important data points that have been driving its movement lately. I'll break down the key information you need to be aware of, including the stock's performance, some intriguing market activity, and what could be ahead for SoFi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads, and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. First off, SoFi saw a bit of positive momentum today, closing 0.51% higher. Despite the gain, there was notable volatility throughout the day. The stock fluctuated between $765 and $786, finding strong support at the lower end and resistance near the top. Interestingly, this rally occurred close to the end of the trading day, which is somewhat unexpected, especially with key unemployment data set to be released tomorrow. Usually, traders might hesitate before big economic announcements, but it seems like something else could be driving this movement. In addition to the unusual stock activity, there were some abnormal patterns in the options market. But before diving into that, let's touch on today's jobless claims data. Initial jobless claims were reported at 222,000, slightly lower than the forecast of 225,000. However, this figure didn't seem to have a significant impact on SoFi. The market's focus right now seems to be on whether the Federal Reserve will make a 50 basis point interest rate cut in November. The probability of such a cut is currently sitting at 36.7%, indicating a fair amount of uncertainty. No specific news about SoFi came out today, but there was some yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't cover it in a video at the time, but the news suggested the possibility of a rebound in 2025. In my opinion, this might signal that SoFi could be nearing a bottom in the broader market. Historically, an uptick in IPO activity tends to indicate that a market bottom has been reached. If that's the case, SoFi could stand to benefit significantly. Looking at short interest, shorts returned about 462,000 shares today, leaving around 17.58% of SoFi's free float still being shorted. That comes out to roughly 183.91 million shares, with the average cost to borrow sitting at 0.6%. The fact that shorts have been returning shares suggests they might see more upside potential for SoFi, which could add to the stock's momentum in the days ahead. Tomorrow's unemployment data will be critical in determining whether SoFi experiences further volatility, so it's important to be prepared for more activity from short sellers. Moving on to options, there was significant volume today, with 5.49 million in call options and 2.6 million in put options traded. There was a particularly large premium of $2.7 million, with a notable split between $8 puts and $8 calls. Specifically, $1.48 million was in puts, while $1.24 million was in calls, with the expiration date set for November 15th. This suggests that some traders are hedging their bets on SoFi's upcoming earnings report. On top of that, there were some smaller but significant premium transactions, which are typically considered bullish. I always like to analyze options activity, even though it doesn't directly influence the stock price. It does give us insight into market sentiment. The consensus among traders is that SoFi could hover around the $8 range for the rest of this week, with the possibility of reaching $8.50 in the following weeks, especially as we approach the company's earnings report. On the flip side, there are also some bearish bets, with put options indicating that SoFi could dip below $7.50, and there were even a few contracts betting on a drop to $6.50. Interestingly, there's also significant open interest in the $7.50, $8, and $8.50 call options, with thousands of contracts set to expire tomorrow. If SoFi gets a boost from positive unemployment numbers, the stock might struggle to break through the $8 resistance level. It will be fascinating to see how this plays out. While big institutional investors haven't made significant moves recently, we did see some notable after-hours transactions. There were buys totaling $5.78 million, $106 million, and $14.5 million, with more buying activity during the final hour of trading, often referred to as power hour. This buying trend wasn't limited to SoFi. Other growth stocks like Lucid also saw increased activity. It seems there's a lot of optimism in the broader market, despite some of the challenges ahead. SoFi ended the day at 783, and right now it's trading between two key technical points. Support at 768, which lines up with the 200-day moving average, and resistance at 789. The stock has bounced off this support level twice recently, so it seems to be holding up well. However, as I mentioned earlier, tomorrow's unemployment numbers will be critical in determining the stock's next move. There haven't been any new analyst ratings or major updates on SoFi lately, but we're starting to count down the days until the company's next earnings report. Over the last 90 days, there have been 7 positive earnings per share revisions and no negative ones. This level of optimism among analysts suggests that SoFi's earnings could surprise to the upside. As we get closer to the report date, I'll do a more in-depth analysis to give you a clearer picture. On the technical side, SoFi managed to transition from the lower to the higher percentile of its price range today and is still trading above several key moving averages. The stock's stochastic oscillator, a momentum indicator, is sitting at around 33, which indicates that the recent consolidation has reset the technicals. If tomorrow's unemployment data is favorable, this could be a sign that SoFi has hit a bottom and could begin a more sustained recovery. However, it's worth noting that retail investors didn't seem as enthusiastic today as the big institutions. Based on the options data, it appears that some retail traders were selling off their positions, perhaps to take profits or out of concern for tomorrow's unemployment report. In conclusion, the fact that shorts have been returning shares over the past couple of days is a positive sign for SoFi. It suggests that there could be more upside in the near term, especially if tomorrow's unemployment data comes in better than expected. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.